Right, we're here at the Mercedes-Benz dealership today and we've got a really cool review for you. I'm going to be reviewing one of their latest cars. This here is the 2025 CLE 53 AMG. It's Premium Plus Night Edition. So we're going to be taking it out for a test drive. I'm going to be covering all of the specs on this and I'm just really excited to showcase what this can do. So make sure to check all of the links in the description or contact your local Mercedes-Benz dealership if you are interested in a car like this. Having said that, let's get straight into it. Okay, so just before we get into reviewing the different areas of the car, I'm just putting up on the screen here all of the key specs of this particular model. So make sure to check that out and you can pause the video just to read a little bit more information about that. But to help me review, I am at the Mercedes-Benz dealership, but I have one of my friends with me who actually works for Mercedes-Benz here in the UK. His name is Archie. And
hello.
Archie is going to be helping take us through the interior and exterior of the car because he is the specialist. So having said that, we'll start off with the outside and take a 360 walk around and show you all of the key things about this model.
Right, let's kick off the video. CLE 53, we'll just touch upon the exterior to begin with. At the front, we see we've got the Alfalterback logo instead of the standard Mercedes logo. This is a performance vehicle after all, and the Alfalterback logo with the orchard tree and the engine is because it was made in Alfalterback, which is known for its orchard trees, as well as they built the AMG engines in there, as known, one man, one engine. At the front we can see the sporty AMG grille paired with the AMG badge as well. It likes to show a bit of aggression to the car, as well as the hood bumps as well and the air intake. Touching upon the front with the lights, we've got digital lights. Very, very powerful lights. You might see them and complain about them on the roads because they are blindingly bright, but they are so helpful with the adaptive high beam assist as well. Touching upon when it comes to the alloys, we have a Y multi-spoke alloy. These ones are in a matte black finish due to the night package aspect, as well as we have the side air intake as well. That is gone and in a black color. Typically, when it comes to the night pack, we get the black surrounding window trims, as well as the wing mirrors are blacked out as well. So there's a lot of black aspects, hence the night pack, which does make a hell of a lot of sense. Touching upon the keyless go, you can lock the car by pushing in the button, as well as when the hand goes in, you can hear that car unlocks, making it nice and easy for you. I guess you get what you pay for when it comes to these cars. This car is just shy of, we're talking about the high-end 70,000s and upper-end 80,000s, depending on what spec you get. But obviously this being top spec Premium Plus Night Edition, as well as paired with the Opalite Bright metallic paint, we're looking around the 82,000 ballpark. If we come round to the back, as you could probably tell with this car, yes, CLE, that is a mixture of both the C-Class and the E-Class. Now, as you may notice, C-Classes and E-Class, they are primarily saloon or estate now. It's because this was the baby made from it. They've taken the E-Class front and C-Class back and they kind of smushed it together. As we can see here, Benz logo there. When you push it in, the boot will open and also the rear cameras will come out from there as well. As well as you may have seen on the side of the wing mirrors, there are little cameras. So that allows the 360 camera action to be accessible. Being AMG, obviously there's a lot of sportiness aspect to it, whether that be the little spoiler lip here or the quad exhausts that we can see at the back of the car. Touching upon the boot as well as it being easy tailpack gate, and you can access it from the key if you wish. You just push it up electronically, it will open, and we have a nice healthy amount of boot space in there. We have the easy tailpack gate, like I said, so you can lock the vehicle from pushing this button or automatically close the boot by just tapping the close boot button. as seen. There's a nice seamless shut for the boot. As you can see around the car, we have our sensors. You may have noticed as we've gone round 360. So as well as the 360 cameras, we have the 360 sensors, which can help with parking assist and many of other easier ways to park the vehicle. Being a Premium Plus, we do have the sunroof on the top. We can open that in just a second, just so you can showcase how far that goes back and what is included when it comes to the Premium Plus line and not just the Night Edition. As we know, it is a turbo 4MATIC. Being 4MATIC, that means that all four wheels, if one is lacking in one department going around a corner and it loses a bit of control, it will automatically correct and put more percentage of power into that wheel or multiple wheels, just to make sure the car is more stable, because it's kind of like an upgraded four-wheel drive. But I mean, I believe it's needed for an AMG vehicle like this one. So being a Premium Plus, of course, we have the panoramic sunroof. I know by magic it's opening, it's crazy. This sunroof obviously adds a bit of character to the car, especially when it comes to those winter days. You can have it open, let the breeze in, as well as the wind diffuser at the front there, which really helps with suppressing the sound of the wind. As you know, if you have the windows down, it can attack your eardrums just a little bit, so that does help. So we're going to jump inside the CLE now and just showcase the space when it comes to the back seats. So I'll hop in here. As you can see right now, headroom's all right, leg room's fine, and it's nice comfy Napa leather seats. So being sat in the back here, I have set the driver's seat position to where I would ideally sit. I'm 5'9", yes, I'm not a giant, I get it, but I'm just going to showcase that when you pull it back, we have the automatic chair moving back. However, because I'm so small, it hasn't moved back at all. But this is about the leg room that we're looking at, and I'm 5'9", sitting at the front. I did set it to my ideal length, and it's a nice healthy amount of room even for an AMG vehicle. So not only has it got the sporty aspects to it, it has comfort aspects to it as well, which I believe is what Mercedes do very well. They tick off a lot of the boxes. Now let's start with the interior of this beautiful AMG, starting off with the steering wheel. Now obviously it's a AMG, not just because it's an AMG line, but it has a squared off wheelbase, giving that sporty aesthetic, as well as the red stitching. Now another key aspect that you can see on here is the dials at the side of the steering wheel. As we can see, it's an easy way to switch into different modes, whether that be Sport Plus, Sport, Comfort, Individual, or Slippery mode. Now obviously, like I say, Mercedes try and tick off as many aspects as possible, whether that be, yes, slippery because you're cautious, comfort for the most stable drive, or if you did want to put your foot down just that little bit, Sport and Sport Plus. After all, it is an AMG. On the back of the steering wheel, we've got our down shift paddles for manual transmission, as well as the up. So for those drivers that do like being in control more instead of allowing that automatic aspect, they can do that. In front of myself as well, we have the first dash display, which is for the driver, which is completely customizable. You can scroll up and down, as well as change the different displays that you can have on your screen. Another key aspect to touch upon is the heads-up display, which is in front of me, which can be turned on and off from this console here. I can display the speed. I can also display what the speed limit is and what my rev counter is as well. Touching upon the surrounding aspects, we have our ambient lighting that goes around our door frames, as well as the electric memory seats that come within the Premium Plus lines, as well as Night Editions. We can also see we have the cooling seat aspect, which is going to fan the bottom of my seat, as well as we have the heated seat aspect, especially when it comes to those cold winter mornings. Touching upon the trim in general, we have a carbon fiber and black leather trim, AMG leather trim that surrounds the car. In the center console, yes, we have this giant screen here. We'll touch upon that in a second. We have the two cup holders. In there, we have two USB-C charging ports and a wireless charging section as well for your phone, as well as within the armrest here, we have two USB-C charging points as well. Touching upon the screen, it's a great asset in terms of navigation, It's also very convenient and easy to navigate through the different apps, whether that be through your Bluetooth media, seeing the performance of the vehicle, or using the comfort massage features, as well as the ambient lighting. So if I did wish, classic massage, there it is, and I'm getting my massage. In terms of when it comes to safety aspects of the car, I can click this button here. What that does is it opens up a menu of my heads-up display, acoustic warning for when it comes to the speed limit, my Parktronic sensors, the seatbelt feeder that comes out when I sit in the car to help me reach my seatbelt easier, active lane assist, which means if I'm not indicating and I go towards a line in the road, it will swerve me back into my lane, as well as interior protection when it comes to locking your vehicle. It will sense things in the car, and tow away protection. Now all these settings can be accessed very easily at the click of a button, and in depth more, there are tabs on tabs on tabs of different settings and customizations within the vehicle. It may seem like a lot, but after a while it is pretty straightforward and you get used to it. We have a 360 camera angle which surrounds the car, and you can adjust and move this camera around to help benefit you when it comes to parking. As you can see there, I can know that I have a bit of space in front of me, and from a bird's eye view, I'm not near the car on my left. Furthermore, you can get your standard reverse camera angles and your front camera angles. So in terms of technology, this car is definitely not lacking. Furthermore, at the top we see this tab here, parking assist. What this will do is it locates and directs you into bay parking and parallel parking. Now it is seen as an assist, depends how much you trust your car. I know if I bought one of these I'd be a bit cautious, but it will navigate you into a space when it locates it, and it will do the acceleration and steering for you. You just have to keep your feet near the brakes just in case. So what I'm going to touch upon now, obviously being on the screen, a key aspect to a lot of people nowadays is the Apple CarPlay as well as Android Auto. So I've paired up my phone. Obviously on here we can get our standard maps, music, as well as all the other apps like text messages and stuff that can come through. But what I'm going to showcase is the music right here. So I'm just going to play a little snippet from the 3D surround sound speakers, just so you can see what it is like. Now, when it comes to these Burmester surround sound speakers, what they typically are in other lines as well as lower down lines is you probably get about 5 speakers around the car. This has 14 surround sound speakers, as well as paired with the Burmester quality. Obviously it makes a hell of a difference, especially for those music lovers. Another key aspect, like I touched on the exterior of the car, is the panoramic sunroof. Now, not only, yes, you can control it from the key, you can also control it from this little section here. If you slide your finger towards the back of the vehicle, obviously that shade is going to open up. Yes, it's going to bring a lot more light into the car, a bit of character, like I say, as well, because we can see that lovely blue sky, depicting obviously on what type of day it's going to be. As well as opening the shade, if I did it another time, it's going to open the glass. Now, when it comes to the panoramic glass, it doesn't mean that it's going to open all the way back to the back of the car. It will stop at a certain section there, and the shade will come over and cover the remainder. But we have a nice little free space, as well as the windshield here with what's called wind scarf, I believe, and it stops the wind coming in and letting the wind pound your eardrums when you're driving. Now, when it comes to driving this vehicle, now it is a 2,999cc engine, if you want to get really technical. In terms of power output, the 0 to 60, when it comes to this vehicle, you're looking at the best part of 4.2 seconds. That is also because it has the electrified aspect, which trickles down from the F1, which means that when you are driving and you're changing gears, because it is a 9-speed gearbox, in between, to make sure that those transitions are smooth, the electricity will kick in to make sure that the car keeps moving forward and there aren't any jolts or bumps or anything like that. When it comes to the brake horsepower, it's kicking around the 449 brake horsepower. which is actually quite impressive when it comes to this gorgeous car. I know it's an AMG model, but it does not mean that you have to be in any set or desired mode. If it's in comfort, if it's in sport, if it's in slippery, whatever the case, it's an all-round fun drive. There's not going to be any aspects that you're missing out on unless you really wanted to hear the feedback of the engine. When you're in Sport Plus, it will open up the valves and you'll be able to hear a bit more of a roar when it comes to the engine. Whilst being an AMG performance vehicle, obviously 4MATIC is a key aspect to it. Now, instead of it being four-wheel drive, like I've mentioned before, power can get sent to specific parts of the wheels, whether that be if the front left wheel is starting to lose a bit more power, the car's intelligence system will kick more power to it so that if it feels like the car is slipping away, it will correct it, being the smart system that it is. Obviously, this can be the case. Say for example, if you're on a track, the top speed of this car is 155 miles per hour. And if one of the wheels started to kick out or lose control due to slippy conditions or anything like that, the car will automatically correct it for you, which is an incredible aspect to have in such a high performance vehicle. In terms of the comfort aspect, obviously it's a key part to anyone regardless of the car that you are choosing. The steering, it's responsive, it's not too tight, it's not too strict, it's not soft, it's not like you're overcompensating to try and turn into corners. The car feels grounded and nice and sturdy on the road. There aren't any patches where I think, oh, I'm not in control here. When it comes to the acceleration, due to the coincides mild hybrid aspect to the car with the electrified boost and everything like that, it's just a seamless drive. It's very simple, it's responsive if need be, as well as when it comes to the braking, I know that with any due course that I will stop in time when it comes to any scenario. But all in all, this car, yes, it is a performance aspect and it has the capability to do so, but being just as a Mercedes car in the sense that they want to tick off as many things as possible, they'll make sure your comfort's there. They'll make sure the aesthetic of the car is there, whether that be interior or exterior. They'll make sure that the technology is there with the heads-up display, the screens, suspension. It's all in such a tight-knit package. It just ticks all the boxes, which is why Mercedes is seen as such a premium prestige car brand. So there we have it, the CLE 53 AMG. What a car. If there are any more further questions or anything like that, please don't hesitate, drop a comment down below and let us try and help you. Or even if you're interested in the model or want to find out more about our other different AMGs or different models just in general, please refer to your nearest Mercedes-Benz dealership. Obviously, we're based here in Ascot, so by all means, if you want help from myself, I'm more than happy to do so. But that's the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll pass it back to Uma.
All right, if you loved this car as much as I did, make sure you like and subscribe to the video. We have plenty of more car reviews coming out in the near future. I would love to own something like this, and I'm pretty sure after watching this video, you would too. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you all next time.